Hello, friends. You're so cute. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. I apologize for the beep beep beeps. That is my Roku. Hi, welcome to the start of a weekend. I am here. I'm just waiting for my girl Cassandra to come because she's my bestie from high school. I love her so much. I'm so excited she's coming into the city and we're hanging out tonight. So I'm just waiting. Just waiting for her to roll up. I've got snacks laid out and we're gonna order dinner. I'm hungry. But it's the start of a weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna be reading this weekend. I know one thing. I'm gonna be finishing Outlawed, which because book club is tomorrow and I have not finished the book yet, but that is on my Kobo. So I will be doing that. But other than that, I don't know what I'm gonna be reading this weekend. So we'll find out. We'll find out together. But I wanted to start this vlog and say hello. It's gloomy outside, but I'm gonna have my beautiful friend here in any minute. Any moment, and it's gonna be a wonderful evening. But yes, so book club tomorrow, but other than that, absolutely nothing else on the docket. So we'll see what I get up to this weekend. I'll catch you guys a little later, but yeah, welcome to the vlog. Just readjusted my shelves a little bit. Sorry, my TV is so loud. Didn't realize how loud the music was. Shh, it's fine. But yeah, I just decided to kind of shift things around. Look at my babies. Oh my God, look at my babies. I finally brought the Bardugos down. I had them up in my YA section because I have 6 of Crows and I have this duology, of course, but now that I have 3 adult books of hers, they are now in the adult fantasy section. But I've finally started shifting things around, and you'll notice I've started stacking books on top of books now, because I have fully 100% ran out of room, so we're just going up until every shelf is full. I mean, I could probably turn this one, Tempest of Tea, inwards, but it's so pretty because it's from Fairy Loot. I don't know if I said this in a vlog, but I picked up a Fairy Loot box off of Facebook Marketplace, and this was a Fairy Loot box version. Love her, she's so pretty. And then we have Where the Dark Stands Still, which is also just gorgeous, and I cannot for the life of me turn it outside because I want it to be seen. And then my Assassin's Apprentice Illustrated Edition. Also, these 2 were also Facebook Marketplace finds, which is great. And they're so pretty. My lovely Robin Hobb shelf. But yeah, and of course I need at least one of my books to stand out, because duh. But yeah, I've started doing this where I stack books this way, and it just gives me more space, which is fine. Ignore the plate that's on there, that was from dinner, but like even down here, it works. It's a way to do it, and it keeps my my books just a little bit cleaner, I think. And it kind of adds a little dimension to the shelf. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? But yeah, she's been updated. I've also put Appa up there, which is very fun. I got 2 kitty plushies from when I was a baby. Oh, also, my hunt for hardcover Eragons is over because my beautiful friend's mom was in their small town book sale, and she sent a picture. She was on a chat to Sophie, it's Sophie's mom, and she was like, and look, someone brought an entire hardcover set of Eragon, and And Sophie was like, send me a picture of that immediately. I'm sending it to Jen. This entire set was $8. And these hardcovers are in perfect condition. I have never been more blessed. And it's in the box still. Let me take it. Like, look, it's in the box. I am blessed. Blessed. Oh, so beautiful. And then the paperbacks are staying there because I tried to put them on top of the box, but the popcorn ceiling of mine is popcorn ceiling, so it like really did not want to go in. So not smooth enough. But yeah, this is my shelves now. I kind of like this redo of the shelves. Just allows me to stick a few more books on there. One of the reasons why I got an e-reader was because of this. I quite simply just don't have any more room. And an e-reader will help, you know, hopefully save money because I'll be pulling ebooks out of my library. That is the goal. That is the aim. Anyways, hello, beautiful friends. Happy Saturday. For some reason, it feels like Sunday today. Hello. I'm here. It is 3:15. I have like 2-3 more hours until I can go, or until I have to go to book club for the Outlawed. So that is what I've been reading today. And in that B-roll clip, you see I'm 54% of the way through, and my e-reader says I have an hour to go. So that's what I'm going to spend the next hour doing, wrapping that up. But I also got these 2 books in the mail today. I was a little shocked when I saw this one because this is not the cover that I ordered, but it's fine. I think this might actually be an old copy of this version because looking at like I looked back at my order to make sure it was the same book with the same title, which it is. It's a storytelling book. It's specifically like someone recommended it to me in my comments. I cannot remember their name, but thank you so much for this comment. My brain is just a soup. Recommended it to me as a like writing book, which I love. I love. So if you guys ever have that kind of stuff, oh, this spine is really cool. It's like a film reel. How cool is that? Anyways, it's specifically screenwriting, this one, but it's storytelling no matter what. And I think learning about storytelling is one of my favorite things to do. And you guys know, if you've been around for a while, I am a whore for story structure. So I'm really interested to kind of dive into this one and see the anatomy of a story. And if I really like this one, there's another one on there by this same author that is The Anatomy of Genre that I'm really interested in as well, because I feel like that one would be really interesting to get into the nitty gritty of every genre. Like I can already feel myself being like, yeah, I want to buy that one. I'm going to see how I feel about this. But yeah, that was one of them. And then I picked up book 3 in S. Usher Evans's Weary Dragon Inn series. Is that what this is called? Yes, Weary Dragon Inn series. This is book 3 because I got book 2 previously this week. So now I have 3 of the books. I was only going to get book 2, but then I saw this one was on Amazon for like $10. And I was like, well, I can't not add that into my cart and make it free shipping, you know? I'm excited. And I loved Drinks and Sinkholes, which is the first one in this. It's a cozy fantasy mystery that just warms the heart. S. Usher Evans is a fucking-tastic author. She knows how to fucking write a book, you know? Anyways, but yeah. That's been my day. Yesterday was so lovely. Oh my gosh, every time Cass comes over or I'm with Cass, I continuously forget to film or take any evidence that we were together. Because we're just, oh God, I've been friends with her now for fucking, how long has it been? We met in grade 9. So it's been 14 years, something like that, which is insane. And she's my bestie, she's my girl. And no matter what, like no matter how long we are apart from one another, we come back, and like if we don't like talk every day, every week, that's totally fine. Every time we come back, we just click back into place, and it's just amazing. I love her to pieces. Yeah, we kind of just hung out. We got food. We watched a couple movies. We chatted a whole bunch. We did bracelet and beading stuff. I ended up doing a bookmark instead of a bracelet. And then when she left, I did a different bracelet because I'm obsessed with making flowers, and I wanted to figure out how to, like, I could do these as of last week, like these little kind of flowers, but then I wanted to figure out how to make like an actual daisy chain kind of a bracelet. So I looked it up and I figured it out last night. So that's what I was doing after she left, watching Criminal Minds. But I made myself a bookmark this time. So if I'm reading Drinks and Sinkholes, for example, this is the third one, Secrets and Snowflakes, I can like use the bookmark, which I think is great. It's like the perfect length for this size of paperback. So then it has a little flower dangling on this side of it. And then it says, if it's gonna read, bitch. because I was beating it and I was putting it together and I did like a flower and a bead at the top here. And I was like, I don't know what I want this bookmark to say. And I was like, stop here, da da da. And Cass looked at me, she goes, read, bitch. And I was like, incredible, let's do it. So I added this to it. But yeah, I made myself a little bookmark with like super skinny beads. The super skinny beads so that this can lay flat in between. These beads would be harder to have as a bookmark inside it. But this is funny to hang outside of it, you know? Anyways, that's what I made last night. And I made this daisy chain bracelet instead because I think that's pretty and I kind of want to do that now. But I need my hands for my e-reader because I'm going to continue reading out loud. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna finish out loud and then I'm gonna go to book club. It's gonna be great. I think we're gonna get Thai food tonight, which is gonna be delish. And then absolutely nothing else for the rest of the weekend. I'm kind of in the mood to read a couple things. So after Outlawed, I'm gonna figure out what I wanna read like right away. I got a couple library books. I could dive into the Katie Rose Poole series. I could also actually finish An Echo of Things to Come by James Islington. Jeez. I got so many things that I could read, but this is the goal for today. So I'll update you when I'm done. But yeah, 53% of the way through. I have very little opinions about the actual story of this book, but what I can tell you is the writing is bad. Is it bad? It's like not good. It's very blunt, to the point, is very telly, not showy, and it's bothering me. Like it's really hard to sink into the story because the writing is bothering me so much, but alas, I must finish. We love some queer outlaws, so that's what's going for it. Queer gunslinging outlaws. Let's see where this goes. And they're also planning a heist. Let's fucking go. Hello. Did you born? Hello. Did you born? Hello friends, happy Monday. I am here, almost done this work day before I get ready to go and teach my children. I apologize if you can hear any noise. I have a fan going, I have my windows open. It is like 20 degrees out today. We love it. Anyways, I went to pop in because I did not pop in at all yesterday. I was terribly not on top of anything, which I guess is fine. But yes, I ended up just kind of doing a whole lot of nothing yesterday, which is totally the perfect way to have a Sunday, in my opinion, which you guys know. Also, I've been wearing this t-shirt all week. It is my merch it's from an Etsy shop for Hosier, for when I go to the concert this August, because concert merch does not fit me. It's like a max of 2X. Does not fit me. I'm a real big girl. I mean, like a 2X would fit me, but not in the way that I want it to. I always want merch and like t-shirts to be like nice and baggy and loose. Don't want anything tight. But yeah, this art is just gorgeous. I love it so much. Anyways, this is what I've been wearing literally all weekend. Yeah, yesterday I ended up making another bookmark, one that I can read with my tall Orbit paperbacks, because Orbit, we love Orbit in this household, as you guys know. Their paperbacks are always so tall. So I figured this one that I made the other night, the Read Bitch one, fits like a standard trade paperback. I needed one to fit the tall boys. So I made one that says read more books, which is very fun and exciting. I made it to page 68 with Relics of Ruin by Erin M. Evans, because of course I started this immediately. You guys know how obsessed I am with Empire of Exiles. I immediately put this one on pre-order, went and got it the day it came out. Love it so much. This is a follow-up to the fantasy mystery, which is the first one. And that one follows Quill, who is a Paremi. He's a scribe. He's an apprentice scribe who comes to the Imperial Archives with a request to pull out a bunch of relics that are tied to a rebellion from the Karatzi family from like 20 years prior. And then he ends up kind of getting embroiled in this mystery because he witnesses his best friend kill someone of a really big high note and then himself. And so it kind of unravels this mystery of like what was really going on, because Quill was like, that's not my buddy, that like he would never do that. And so he like kind of got the whole team together and all that kind of stuff. And it was a fantastic book. Highly recommend. I read it twice in 6 days. And so this is a continuation of like the events of that happened in that book. I think Erin M. Evans pitches the first one as a like pseudo locked room mystery, fantasy mystery. And then this one is a skeleton mystery. So like they find a skeleton at the beginning that is wrapped up with a lot of mystery. And also it's like the continuation of like what the fuck is happening with the first, like what we find out in the first book. So far, I'm only like 68 pages in, but I'm thriving. We have a different narrator included in this one. We have Tanook as well, who is another of the... Wow, I'm really stuffed up and I didn't realize until I started talking. Yeah, I woke up like 3 times last night because I was coughing so hard. So I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm sick because I don't feel sick. I'm stuffed. So it might be because I'm sleeping with my window open and like the pollen is getting to me. Anyways, that's totally random, but... We have a new narrator in this one. We have Tanook, which I love, and we have the continuation of just all of these different questions that were raised in the first book. I am thriving. I love it so much. Yes to this. Anyways, so I did read that one, and I also finished Outlawed on my Kobo for book club, which was really fun. Not the book. Book club was fun. I didn't really like the book. I think I was the one who liked it the least. Outlawed was, it just really didn't do it for me. As I mentioned previously in this video, it just, like the writing wasn't very good. Weirdly, I was the only person who thought that. When I brought it up at book club, everyone else was like, no, the writing was fine. So it might just be because the style wasn't for me. Maybe that's what it is. But I found it like way too telly, way too just, I don't know. There were so many sentences that I was like, what the shit? Like, nothing that was grammatically incorrect, just like you could do that in such a better way when you're telling a story kind of a sentence. So that was kind of like down to the nitty gritty of like the actual creation of the book. I didn't like the writing. The actual book itself, like the story had so much promise. I think my friend Sophia brought this up, like whatever it promised, like the queer gunslingers and the outlaws and whatever, it promised so much and it just kind of didn't really deliver anything in the end. And I agree with that. I definitely had very little expectations for this book, but they still seemed to be not met. Like, we are introduced to this very religious, heavily focused on women's bodies and their barrenness and the inability to create children type of historical narrative in the, like, I want to say like Wild West kind of era right at the beginning, first couple chapters. And it was structured in a way where like first chapter, our main character is here. Second chapter, our main character's here. Third chapter, our main character's over here. And it was like it kind of moved a little bit, but to me that just didn't flow very nicely as a story. It also was so heavily focused on like the religion and then women's bodies and stuff like that, that it was a really hard shift when we got to the queer outlaws for me, because then we started meandering a little with these outlaws, like not even really learning about them in a very like in-depth way. Even though this was first person, I feel like we didn't really get a whole lot of like connection with our main character. I say that, and yet people at the book club, my friends, were like, no, we got a good connection with the main character. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. I didn't like it, and I honestly could not tell you the main character's name. And at one point, our main character says that there's 8 people around her. I had to stop and be like, 8? I can name 4 off the top of my head. The Kid, Cassie, News, and Texas. And those are the only people I could name at that point in the book. And I was like, what do you mean there's 8 people around you? So, and they just, no one really felt distinct. Cassie was only distinct because of the way that she was friends with the Kid. And the Kid is kind of like the leader of this gang kind of a thing. And the Kid would always pull on scriptures and like when they were trying to, or when the Kid, no pronouns, when the kid was trying to like get the gang together and like give them a pep talk, if you will, we'd always pull out scriptures and stuff. And Cassie was the kid's like oldest acquaintance friend person, and she only stood out because of the way she would like go against the kid. There's a bunch of others. There's like Elsie and Luann and Agnes Rose that all feel the same. There was no distinction between them. News and Texas felt the same to me. Like, I don't know. Like, there was also sapphic relationships between some of these people. I couldn't tell you who was actually sapphic because I don't know who was in the relationship because it was not clear. And it didn't, like, the characters didn't stand out to me at all. And then we didn't really get a deep dive into gender, which is what I thought this book was going to be and what it kind of set up to promise because of the focus so heavily on being a woman and woman's barrenness and that kind of stuff. And when we got to the queer outlaws, there was so much play with gender and queerness, which I love. We love that. That was like the best part of the book for me, was how queer this book was. But we didn't explore gender at all, really. It was just kind of there. And then we shifted to focus on plot stuff, which was a heist in the last like 30% of the book. Also the kids' mental illness, which is fine. It was so strange for me that we didn't get any conversation about gender, even though it's set up to be a conversation about gender from the beginning. And it just kind of fizzled out, and there wasn't any payoff with one of the characters leaving at one point. There wasn't any payoff with what our main character wanted to research and figure out. It was kind of like just a goal that she had to move her in the plot. It wasn't anything that she actually succeeded in my opinion. I don't know, like her goal was to discover why, like it was one of the things that she wanted to do. She wanted to learn more about women's reproductive systems and why women are barren and why that happens in a scientific nature, because everyone was blaming race and everyone was blaming God, you know, in this book. But like, she doesn't really get to discover more than that. She does right at the beginning when she's going from her town and she's learning from her mom, who's a midwife. And then she goes and gets kicked out of the town and goes to a convent. And at the convent, she meets a woman who is like writing books and stuff like that about that kind of stuff. And then she's like, okay, great. Like, I want to take this further. I want to learn about this further. And she never does. And at the end of the book, she ends up kind of taking over this practice kind of a thing near the outlaws, which felt a little out of place. But I guess it was, again, just a plot thing to bring her further into her goal that never was finished. I don't know. There was a lot of weird, like, kind of plot threads that were never wrapped up. There was a lot of promises that just weren't fulfilled, which might be the genre. It might be the kind of book that this was, like literary fiction. I know there's a lot of books that leave you unsatisfied at the end because it's just like, that's how it is. So maybe that's what it is, and that's what just didn't sit right with me. Anyways, I gave Outlawed 2.5 stars, but I was the lowest rated in the book club. I think other people gave it like 3, 3.5, 4, and 4.5 stars. My friend Hannah really enjoyed this book, and she didn't expect to. And both Tamsin and Sophie seemed to also really enjoy it. I think Sophie and I were a little disappointed by it, and then Kate was like on the edge of disappointed and enjoyed. So like it was a range of ratings, and it was a good chat and whatever. And book club was also very fun because we got Thai food and it was delicious. Anyways, so yeah, that was Outlawed. To go to teach in a bit. I'm so stuffed up. Oh my God. I didn't realize that when I was just sitting at the computer. Yeah, that was my weekend. And yesterday when I was at Mom and Dad's for dinner, my aunt and uncle, surprise, like ended up just coming over because they were in the city, and they didn't realize, because they're from Saskatchewan, but they were in the city to celebrate their anniversary, and they were going to a spa here. And so they called my mom, or my aunt called my mom, and Mom was like, what the hell? Like, you didn't tell us you were coming in? And they were like, we thought you were coming home Monday from the lake and blah, blah, blah. So they ended up coming over after dinner for a chat. So I ended up staying there a couple hours later than I usually would. Then I went, grabbed some milk from the grocery store and came home and just hung out and watched copious amounts more of Criminal Minds, which is just what I end up doing at this point. And then I wanted to work on Sage's story last night, but I just got sucker punched by like, not even a headache or a pressure headache, but like fully just exhaustion. So that took me out much earlier than I've been falling asleep lately, which is good because we want to get the sleep schedule back on track. But the exhaustion was a lot. It was a lot last night. So I didn't get to work on Sage's story very much this week, but I have also kind of decided that I'm going to start drafting Sage's story, book 1, before I go back into Aramount book 3, because my brain only wants to work on Sage's story right now, and I haven't heard back from my writing grants yet. So, and for some reason my brain has tied Airmat Book 3 with those writing grants to the point of like, it makes sense because that's the project that I'm working on for the writing grants, but it like to the point of like, I can't work on that one anymore until I get news of the writing grants, kind of a weirdness to tie that one up with that, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna try and keep the momentum going with Sage's story, and I think I'm just gonna start writing it at some point. I need to figure out the ending of Sage's story before I can dive in, but I think I'm just gonna dive in and start drafting that and see if I can have a draft done in the next couple months. I don't know if I'll get it wrapped up before I get news of the writing grant, because I think May, June is when we're supposed to hear from both of them. So we'll see, but I think I'm gonna start drafting again, which is gonna be so exciting. It's so fun because I really want to draft this. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this update here and I'll chat to you guys a little later as well. But I noticed I was editing this vlog and I had very little footage for it, so I apologize for this weekend vlog being a little shorter than usual, but maybe the people who enjoy shorter vlogs will like this one more. But anyways, this I'm gonna be carrying into the week for sure, and I need to read that. And I have a bunch of other books that I need to get to. I'm gonna go try and deal with the congestion and get ready for work, and I'll chat to you guys later to close out this vlog. But yeah, happy Monday. Happy gloomy Monday. It is gloomy, but it's nice out, so we love to see it. Hello, friends. Let me just pause that. Hello. I am now home from work. Love that. Oh, I just realized how loud my fan is. I apologize. It's loud. There we go. Home from work. Had dinner. All that good stuff. It is now 10:15. Of course. What am I doing? Watching Criminal Minds. But I thought I'd pop in and officially close out this vlog. My beautiful friends, what a weekend. I feel like it didn't even really happen. I don't know why this weekend felt like it went by so quickly, but it was a great weekend. Friday, I hung out with my lovely friend Cass, which was so exciting. So needed. I needed some best friend time. I just needed to hang out with her. It's just, you guys know when you're with that one person that just has something, like it just rejuvenates, refills the well, makes you feel all sorts of good inside. She's my girl. She's my girl, and that happens all the time with her. Every time I see her, I'm just refilled, and I love it. So that was Friday, and then Saturday I had book club for Outlawed, which I ended up giving 2.5 stars. I finished it on Saturday. 2.5 stars for that one. Not a great start to the month, but a start for reading. And then Sunday, I decided to pick up Relics of Ruin. Made a couple bookmarks this weekend. Made a read more books one and a read bitch one. Very happy with that. Love that for me. Made a bunch of different bracelets. I just like fidgeting with things with my hands. I don't know what it is, especially when I'm watching TV. Instead of scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours and hours, I like to fidget with crafty bits because it just works better. But yes, I'm about 70 pages through Relics of Ruin. Thriving, loving it so much. Cannot wait to keep going with this. I'm also like this close to just starting to draft Sage's Story Book 1. I feel like I want to just dive into it, but I'm also a little nervous to dive into it because I don't want to lose that momentum and lose that urge to write it. So we'll see what ends up happening the next couple days. I would like to finish at least a skeleton outline of the ending because I don't really have an ending. Oh, it's in my bag over there. I was looking for my notebook that I was using for that, but I don't really have like the bones of the ending. I have up until the part where everything starts to fall apart, so like 75% of the book, which is great and fun and amazing. And I could just start because I know where I want the book to end, but I don't know the events of the ending. So I would like to have the events of the ending kind of laid out. But I feel like what I've learned through this process, and also reading Empire of Exiles twice and studying it and all this kind of stuff, and this will be talked about more in one of my vlogs coming up with where I'm like learning to write a series. Do I mention? I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've learned kind of through looking at what Erin M. Evans has done with Empire of Exiles, especially in her ending sequence, because it was so satisfying and so well laid out to me. I really enjoyed the way that everything that was happening in the ending, every twist, every turn, every beat, every moment was a character decision, and it was active on them. It was a character choosing to do something that either backfired or went forward or did whatever, but everything that they went through, every twist, every turn was a character's choice. And I really liked that. So I think knowing about that is, if I have like a skeleton idea of like what's going to happen in the ending, like kind of the layout of the denouement, I know now, and I think because I haven't gotten there, I think that actually writing the story and getting to know my characters better on page and hearing their voices and seeing what they do and choose to do, I think that'll be a better way to find my ending, because then I'll just let them do what they want to do for the ending to see how it kind of maps out. That's the plan anyways. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this weekend. It's been lovely. I hope you're all doing very, very well, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Happy early May. I forgot that Saturday was May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Happy May. Happy May. You know what's coming up this week also? 1 year of A Second Story, which is just I'm just so, it's coming so soon. 1 year of A Second Story. I think I'm gonna do a video on like how it's been for the past year and like things I've learned and stuff. A year of A Second Story. I think that's what's gonna go up this week at some point. I just have to film it. Anyways, maybe friends, I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.